Today I'm going to show you how to make this shirt using an Easy Press and your Cricut. You could use your silhouette as well, and this is for Mother's Day, but you could really do it with anything or change it to dad or grandma, anything you want. Alrighty, so step one, I opened up Design Space. You could use your silhouette as well, but this is Cricut Design Space. The font I have here is I Love Glitter, and then Times New Roman for the other two fonts. I did download those from dafont.com, which is a free font website. And here I just have it all written out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete part of it right here like I'm showing you. So all the Times New Roman font I'm going to delete because I want that in black. And then the top, the I Love Glitter font will be in white. So I'm going to print that off first, or sorry, cut it out first. And then I'll cut out the second part and delete the top. Does that make sense? Anyways, I'm going to get my Cricut started up and I'll be right back with you when it's cutting. I just measured out the size that I wanted for the shirt, and that's the size I'm printing, and please do not forget to mirror your image when using HTV, super important.
Once the Cricut has cut it out, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, oh my gosh, my face is in the camera, but you can kind of see where it cut it, and what you're going to want to do is just cut it out. I have two lines here, so I'm going to cut them out, and then I'm going to weed them. And the same goes for this one. It just says Mom. You can't really see on the camera, but I'm going to weed this out quickly, and then we're ready to go. Alrighty, so I have it all weeded, Mom, established date, and the names I took, you have to weed every little thing out. I use this tool that comes with the Cricut, but I've seen people use the dental tools from the dollar store and all these things. It is really hard to get all of the little tiny pieces of vinyl sometimes, but just be patient with it, and if something does lift up, you can use this tool to push it back down. I find that the easiest. Now we're ready to get going. So what you're going to want to do is, honestly, I have an Easy Press. I used the iron for the first few, but the Easy Press is so much quicker. If you do have an Easy Press, you're going to want to heat it up. There is a little chart that it comes with, but these shirts are cotton and poly blend. So for me, it's going to be 305 for 20 seconds. I believe cotton is 305 for 30 seconds, and you can just set that with the buttons here. Otherwise, just use your iron, same thing. And this heats up really quickly, and it'll beep when it's ready, and it'll be green. Pre-iron my surface. I just have this little mat here that my mother-in-law lent me to have a flat and smooth surface. First thing I do is I double check it's the right shirt, because for me I have a lot of orders, so I don't want to put it on the wrong shirt. I also double check the writing before I put it on. So you're going to put it upside down. So this is the back of the shirt, and I'm just going to go over it kind of like an iron, just to flatten it out and make it a little bit heated. Put the press back. Then you're going to want to flip it onto its back, like how you would normally have a t-shirt. Okay? And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. I kind of do like all around this area, but I mean, you could just do where the logo's going to be. I just think it looks a little bit nicer if I do it all. It takes a couple seconds and you're done. Next step is grab your vinyl. So we are going to layer the vinyl. Therefore, my first layer, the black one, is going to go on first, the Mom and established date. Now you can do this for Father's Day. I did a lot of grandma ones as well. Then you're going to want to look at the collar and see where you want the wording to be. So for me, I usually do about 3 or 4 finger. That looks good, and I line it up with the U surface. I find it hard sometimes to make it even, so I just line it up with the neckline. Okay, then all you're gonna do is, once it's set where you want it to, take your heat press, press the green Cricut logo, the light that's on there, and you just hold it down. You don't have to push hard, you don't have to, you just put a little bit of pressure on it. It's not like the iron where you have to literally put all of your weight on it and jump around, and it'll count down. Sorry, it's wiggling, but you can count down, so it'll beep, and there you go. You lift it, put it on the next part, press the button again. Now count it down for 20 seconds, right? So for me, I do a little bit longer than 20 seconds. I just feel like it does a better job. So what I do is 20 seconds on each side, because this is pretty long. So 20 seconds on the right hand side, 20 seconds on the left hand side. And then what I do is I flip it over. So I don't take off the plastic, the transfer paper, or plastic or tape, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's on its back, and I do that for 20 seconds on each side. Why do I do this? I feel like it just gets a better lifetime, or lifeline if you want, in the wash. I feel it really holds up in the wash this way, and I feel like you get just a better quality look. It really adheres to the shirt, and that's what you want. You want it to kind of be a part of the shirt, not just layered onto the shirt. So the other side, and then we're gonna flip it back over. and we're gonna flip it back over onto its back, sorry. So now you have the logo again. What you're going to do is, you might wanna wait a couple seconds because it will be hot. Peel it off gently, and I don't know if you can tell, but it is fully like adhered to the shirt. This is in no way sponsored, but when I use my iron, there is a bump, okay? You can see the layer of vinyl on the shirt a lot of the time. And with this, it's flawless. Look, it became part of the shirt. And you can see all the little fibers of the shirt is inside. It's perfect. I can run my hands along it, and it just, nothing, like it's part of the shirt fully. It just feels like this is how the shirt was, okay? So that is your goal. You want it to be like that. Next, you're going to take your next piece and put it on top. Your next part. I know you guys are upside down, but you can see what I'm doing from here. So all you gotta do, super simple, is place it where you want it. For me, I'm doing it across the word mom. I just feel it looks nice like that. Most importantly, you're going to want to put down the original paper that was over the mom, sorry, the original plastic, to cover and protect your original image or vinyl. Then you're just gonna repeat. Again, 20 seconds on the left-hand side, 20 seconds on the right-hand side. And then what I do is I add an extra 10 seconds back on the left side and an extra 10 seconds again on the right side to make sure everything is fully together and adhered to the shirt. This, again, I just find it ensures better lifetime for the wash and everything. Again, if you are going to wash these, you're going to want to cold wash them inside out, and either, I mean, if you're really gonna dry it in the dryer, I don't suggest it, but tumble dry on a low heat, and I would suggest to hang dry it if anything. I have washed my shirts a lot because, let's be real, I have a daughter and she's a year old, so things get very messy very quickly, but I have never had issues with it. And when I used my iron, it would come off quite easily, so I would have to iron it back every time I washed it. Therefore, I need an Easy Press. I'm borrowing my mother-in-law's Easy Press, and oh my gosh, I've fallen in love the past couple of days, so I need to get one. And voila! So like I said, wait a couple seconds so you don't burn off your hand, peel it off, and there you have it, folks. A beautiful shirt ready to go. I leave it for a couple seconds to fully cool down, and then I fold it up kind of like this. That way it's flat for a little bit, and I lay it like that for about a day. That way nothing bends or creases. I don't know, just my logic. And then I gotta clean up this mess. For the shirts, I just went to Walmart. They're originally $3, but these ones are actually $5, and I just preferred these ones better. These ones are the regular material, but you can get the stretch ones as well. They have up to 3XL or 6XL or something crazy, so it was super inclusive for everyone. They are unisex sizing, so they do run a little bit big, but I loved the quality of them, and again, they were really cheap, so it worked great for me. So these are what I am using. You could use other shirts as well. This is just what I choose to use. You can also do different colors. Someone requested a black shirt, so I had to kind of wing it with colors, and I did some blue, which I think looks gorgeous. I love it. And that's what I did for that one. These are just my orders ready to go.